Your friendly neighborhood YouTuber is rated PG-13. Parental advisory, explicit content, viewer discretion is advised. Where, oh where, do we start? Hey, what's up everyone? It's your friendly neighborhood YouTuber guys, and we are back here with another senseless countdown! No, actually we're going to talk about my top 10 underrated Marvel Legends in my collection. Not of all time, just kind of in my collection. Some of the figures that I really liked that kind of had their shine, then disappeared into obscurity. We're going to bring them to light. So, without further ado, let's get to number 10. Number 10, Shatterstar. This guy is really dope. I really like him. This is one of the main figures, let me bring my camera down just a little bit, that actually got me into collecting Marvel Legends. I'm a big fan of X-Force. I'm a big fan of Rob Liefeld. And of course, I don't know if Rob Liefeld created, I think he did create X-Force, didn't he? I'm pretty sure he did. It has a very Rob Liefeld touch, man. Really dope figure, really underrated figure. It was part of the Warlock Build-A-Figure wave. Great looking figure, very unique. I love everything about this guy. He's so cheesy, awesome. It's hard to stomach all this cheesy awesomeness. The swords are great. The helmet is great, or the face mask, should I say, is great. The ponytail is great. The, right here, the braids are awesome. The belt, the shoes, the boots, the pouches, the over-exaggerated pouches, the mini cape right there. Everything about this figure is cheesy awesome. Also the eye as well. Just makes this figure just awesome, man. Just a great overall cheesy looking figure. And I would love to see Marvel Legends tackle some of Rob Liefeld's figures, man. If or somebody tackle some of his figures, man. Whether it be Youngblood or what have you, or even Jim Lee's Wildcats. I definitely would love to see in maybe Marvel Legends form, or somebody out there do that. Actually, I would love to see him in Marvel Legends form. That would be really awesome. But there's Shatterstar at number 10. Number 9. Gladiator. Dope fucking figure, man. There's something about this guy I just really like. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's his big, muscular, chunky body. I don't know if it's the colors, the red and the yellow and the dark blue and the purple head with the mohawk. This freaking cape, bro. Looks like Doctor Strange and Dracula. He was in Doctor Strange's or Dracula's closet. Who the hell knows? But just a great overall figure. Yeah, the cape can be a little clunky, but listen, bro, it is a great figure, man. Just the overall colors are really done nicely. It's very overwhelming, very melodramatic, and it stands out on your shelf. And just a great overall figure that nobody really talks about. It was part of the Apocalypse Build-A-Figure wave, another popular Build-A-Figure. He actually does go for some pretty good money. Gladiator does go for some pretty good money, you know, with the Apocalypse Build-A-Figure piece, of course. But yeah, there's Gladiator at number 9, getting his shine, being a true Gladiator. Number 8. Number 8 was a figure that came and went, bro. It came and went. I understand why. There wasn't that much praise over this figure. There have been so many freaking Venom figures, Venom-like figures, but damn it, this guy, I really like this guy a lot, man. This is Agent Venom, or should I say anti-Agent Venom. I could never get that fucking name right, bro. I would always say anti-aging cream. When I did the review of this guy, I had a hard time pronouncing his name. But yeah, man, just an overall great figure. You can remove the symbiote goodness if you want to, and just have him as is. He kind of reminds me of like a G.I. Joe figure, like, what's his name? Is it Cobra or Snake Eyes? Is it Cobra or Snake Eyes? I can't remember. One of the ninjas. one of the white ninjas. But just an overall great figure. Yeah, it's a reuse. Yeah, it's a repaint. But I like Anti-Venom. The guns are done nicely. This gun right here is sculpted in. Of course, they did no coloring for his belt. Everything is white and done very, very, I don't want to say cheaply, but done in a hurry, should I say, just to kick this figure out just so they can get some money. He has the weird awkward ball joints, which a lot of people don't care, and that's probably one of the main reasons why they don't like this figure. I mean, there's a lot of reasons why not to like this figure, but he came and went very fast, bro. Nobody talks about this guy anymore, but I actually do like him. He actually does stand out on your shelf. He doesn't get lost in with your other figures, and he's just an overall pretty dope looking figure, man. There's so many things they can improve on with this figure. Yes, I agree. There's a lot of paint apps that, you know, should have been filled in, but overall, he's a very overlooked and underappreciated figure. There is Anti-Agent Venom, or Agent Anti-Venom, should I say, at number 8. Number 7, I may have some bias in this countdown because I used to have this guy when I was a little kid, the Toy Biz version of this Daredevil. But let's be honest, he's fucking amazing, dude. He's awesome looking Daredevil figure. He is, you know, a lot of people prefer the red version, the classic red version, which I totally understand. I love the classic red version. But this guy was very overlooked, in my opinion. A lot of people had him on their countdowns, so what year ever he came out in. But he is really nicely done, man. Great sculpt. A great body that they use. Nice paint apps. A throwback to the Toy Biz days, to Toy Biz days, when they first came out in the 90s, way back in the day. But yeah, man, this is a very overlooked Daredevil, and it brings back so many memories for you guys who grew up in the 90s like I did, and if you guys had this Daredevil figure, then you know what I'm talking about. But just an overall underrated figure, Marvel Legend figure. There's Daredevil at number 7. Number 6. I had to think about that one. We're going to a Build-A-Figure, a very overlooked Build-A-Figure, man. Listen, this guy doesn't get the same shine as a lot of Build-A-Figures. He's not put in the category as a great Build-A-Figure, but I really like how this guy looks. Listen, people can complain all about the glossiness, and then it comes down to here, then it has the matte right here. The arms don't really go with the body, but if you're able to look past that, or you can throw some gloss on there if you want to, whatever makes you happy. But overall, the body is what sells this figure. It's very nicely done, very nicely shaped. It reminds me of a 90s action figure growing up, you know, just holding it in your hand and having that feel, not like that. The hands are done nicely. I like the deathly white look. The detail is in the hands and in the face as well. Just an amazing face sculpt. I think if his face was done more like the rest of his body, I think he would be a very appreciated figure. And maybe if he was maybe a more of a popular character too, he'd be more appreciated as well. But overall, I do like how this looks. It has a very skull spider look on his chest right here. I don't really know the symbol of it, but it's nicely done. The pearlescent white. There are two different whites, of course, with this one and this one. It doesn't look like it, but yeah, this one is a little bit more whiter than this one. This one's more of an off-white pearlescent. But yeah, there are different shades to this figure. Some are glossier than others, but other than that, it's a great figure. There's the back of him. Very giant, muscular monster figure. The face sculpt and the hands, the creepy hands. It's what sells this figure, and actually, it's what saves this figure. He's very underrated, in my opinion. A very underrated Marvel Legend, but he's a very underrated Build-A-Figure. So there was Caliban at number 6. Another underrated Build-A-Figure, I just recently reviewed this guy, Crimson Dynamo. Great figure, great color choices. I feel like if they went with I talked about this when I was reviewing this guy. If they went with like more of a burgundy red, maybe like a Daredevil candy apple red, instead of this bland brownish red, I think this Build-A-Figure probably would have been a little bit more popular. I love the blue translucent tube that he has in his arm. Very nicely done. The color choices, in my opinion, are done very nicely. I love the silver, the orange right here for his backpack. The star is done nicely. The helmet, I love the helmet to this guy. I love the head sculpt. The silver look is done very, very nicely. Everything about this guy is done very nicely, and he's actually very nicely articulated for a Build-A-Figure, for a big guy as well. Great, very underrated figure, a very obscure figure like most of these figures that you see behind you. Just an overall underrated Build-A-Figure, and there's Crimson Dynamo at number 5. Number 4, bringing Metallic back. Bringing Metallic back. I love this guy for many, many reasons, man. I used to have this guy, like I said, back in the 90s. This is Deathlock. I love this guy because he has a very Iron Maiden Eddie look to him. The face sculpt is done very nicely, very zombie-esque look. I love the cyborg look as well. One of my favorite anti-heroes under Spawn, Lobo, Darkness, Hellboy, and I think Deathlock would probably be number 5 on my list. One of my favorite characters. His history has been told numerous times. It's very scattered on the story and the history of Deathlock, but it's a movie I definitely would love to see, man. Great overall figure, very nicely done. The red, the silver, the metallic, the face sculpt is done very, very nice, man. Just a great overall Deathlock figure overall. Love the American flag right there. The bullets, I think I changed this bullets out with another Deathlock. I think the X-Force Deathlock, but just a great figure. There's the belt right there if you're wondering how he looks. Great looking figure. Really love this guy. Very underrated figure. There is Deathlock at number 4. Number 3, Ultron. We're keeping it in the metallic theme. And let me tell you guys, man, this guy is very, very underrated. Probably one of the main reasons why is he's not your classic Ultron figure. He is movie MCU figure. He is an MCU figure. The movie Age of Ultron wasn't received all that well. I understand all of that. And actually, I think he is the first, he's the only MCU figure that I have in this countdown. Just an overall great looking figure. I mean, listen, you don't have to be fans of Ultron to appreciate what Marvel Legends did with this figure, man. Just an overall great looking figure. The metallic is done very nicely, bro. I love the cybernetic feel that this guy has. He's very, very lightweight. He looks heavy, but no, he's actually done very, very nicely. He was a Build-A-Figure, then they re-released him. Again, this is, I believe, the 20th anniversary or 30th anniversary, I can't remember, but just an overall great looking figure, man. The head sculpt is done nicely. Let me bring it into the light over here. The face is done nicely, the body is done nicely, legs, feet. Everything about this guy is done very nicely, bro. Great looking figure. Pretty good articulation. Just a very overlooked figure in my opinion. So there is Ultron, the only MCU figure in this countdown, at number 3. Number 2. You guys know I'm fans of Spawn. And I'm a fan of Angela, should I say. Great freaking Marvel legend, bro. When Marvel took over the Angela figure, they did an amazing job. This is one of the best Angela figures, one of the best Marvel Legend figures I think ever made, and very overlooked as well. And also, probably one of the best female Marvel Legend figures ever made as well. This is right here. This is toy perfection, man. The weapons, the look, the face sculpt, the hair, the armor, the cleavage, the belt, the underwear, the boots, the garment, the little cape dress right here, the sword actually does come out as well, so the sword is removable. The hair, did I mention the hair? The hair is on point. The armor, everything about this figure is toy perfection. Anything you could want and a very beautiful armored warrior woman this figure delivers, man. I think it's one of the best female Marvel Legend figures I think ever made, bro. I mean, next to maybe Rogue, Storm is actually really nice. But this came out during a time when, Marvel Legends, weren't putting out quality women action figure toys, and I think they did an amazing job with this. This is a masterpiece, and this is a figure that's not really talked about. It's a character that's never really talked about. If you're a Spawn fan, then you probably love this figure like I do. And that's one of the main reasons why I like her, is because, not only because she's McFarlane related, but she's just an overall great looking figure and overlooked figure. So there's Angela at number 2. Number 1, and we go back to the Build-A-Figure phase. And a very, very overlooked Build-A-Figure, we have Warlock. Warlock is a very awesome, probably one of the, in my opinion, one of the best Build-A-Figures ever made. Very unique. I like him because he doesn't look like your typical Marvel Legend. Obviously, he looks completely different, bro. He doesn't size up with your typical 6-inch Marvel Legends. He doesn't have any of the symbols, any of the, the colorful colors, the tight spandex. And he just looks completely different, bro. And he just doesn't fit into your Marvel Legends, man. You can put him with anything, bro. You could put him in any of your collections. You can put him with Marvel Select. You could put him with NECA. You can put him with McFarlane. It doesn't really matter, bro. You can put this guy with anything, and he'll stand alone. He'll blend in. Just a great overall looking figure, man. Very underlooked Build-A-Figure, very underlooked character, very underlooked everything, bro. Warlock is very overlooked, very underrated figure, man. And there you guys have it. There was my top 10 overlooked, underrated Marvel Legends in my collection. Not of all time, just in my collection. Let me know what you make. What is your underrated Marvel Legend, guys? Leave it. Don't show me any hate. Just leave your thoughts in the comment section of who is underrated, and we can have a wonderful debate in the comment section. Who's your most overlooked? Who do you think is the most overlooked and underrated figure in your collection, or just in the over Marvel Legends overall period? And I'm not talking about Captain America, any Captain America figures or Thor figures, because those are popular. When you look at these guys right here, they're pretty much obscure figures with maybe the exception of Daredevil right there. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I would say maybe Agent Anti-Venom, but Venom is popular, Anti-Venom is somewhat popular, Ancient Venom is somewhat popular, but he's still an obscure figure, still an obscure character. So, let me know your thoughts in the comments section, guys, about my top 10. What do you make? Do you agree with me? Do you have another figure out there that is more obscure and more awesome than these figures right here? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section. We'll go ahead and leave it at that. Just want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in the next review. Peace out. Your friendly neighborhood YouTuber is brought to you by OnlyPans on YouTube. Check it out.